Good morning, Tony Ann Fardat here, President and COO of the Billion Dollar Girl, coaching, counseling, and process for the next generation dealer. Don't mind my appearance this Monday morning. I'm about to get on a plane to Detroit for Mr. Jim Ziegler and Miss Debbie Ziegler's Internet Battle Plan, where I will be a featured speaker. And funny thing, the topic of my presentation is the CRM of tomorrow today. And this morning's Monday motivation topic is bad data, bad problems. And so what do I mean by that? Well, I can't tell you how many times in my 18 years in this industry I have been faced with numerous situations where I've spoken with, whether it's a BDC manager, digital marketing director, general manager, general sales manager, and they tell me, well, the CRM is not accurate. And it's mind-boggling to me. It's baffling. Because how is the CRM not accurate? First of all, you spend, God knows how much money, right? Most good CRMs, if they're set up correctly and you have all the extra bells and whistles that you need to get the job done. I mean, you're looking at $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, $3,000. Especially when you include data mining on top of that, right? Whether that's an outsourced or an outside of your CRM data mining product like an auto alert or an automotive mastermind, or if it's data mining that's part of your CRM like a dealer socket and a revenue radar. But then you're up there even more, right? I mean, some of these softwares cost for data mining, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 as a standalone. That's without your CRM. So how is that the response? Number one. Number two is, how is that okay? If I was running a dealership tomorrow as a GM and somebody that worked for me said, you can't go by the CRM because it's not accurate, I mean, I don't know if he'd still be working for me, to be quite honest. It's just not an acceptable answer. And, what winds up happening is when your data is not accurate, all you're doing is wasting money on your follow-up, because whether it's BDC agents or salespeople or whoever's working the data, whatever your setup is, these people are having to work harder versus smarter. They are just, going through this huge list of to-dos, and they're in no such order. There's no rhyme or reason. Who doesn't have the car anymore? Who does have the car? They're doing unsold follow-up, making the dealership look ridiculous because the customer actually bought the car, but nobody actually labeled it in the CRM as a sold vehicle. It's just craziness to me. It's crazy. So you got to get your data together. The other thing is, I've been through one too many CRM changes. So, you switch from a dealer socket to a VIN Solutions, or VIN Solutions to dealer socket, or whatever the CRM switch is. And when the data gets imported, it's a crap show. Well, you know what? Sometimes part of that's on the CRM company for not being prepared, but most times it's on the dealership, because if the data was crap in the first CRM, what makes you think that changing the CRM is going to make it any better? Number one. Number two, hardly anybody ever thinks about, okay, we import this data in, but what do we want this data to do? Right? Is it just going to sit in there so we don't lose this prospect customer data, or are we going to give the CRM company explicit instruction as to what follow-up processes we want these customers that were imported in to follow? So, as I said, I will be at Jim Ziegler's Internet Battle Plan speaking on this topic exactly. I also wrote an article on this exact topic for Dealer Magazine. It's in this month's issue, the August issue, so if you have time, check that out. So this is the Billion Dollar Girl, Monday Motivation, hashtag BDG Speaks, hashtag Bad Data, Bad Problems. Have a great week.